Back with the Mason Movement podcast. My name is Dee.
And I'm Jessy.
Today, our topic is, drumroll please. Such a silent drum roll.
I was like, wait.
We're talking about letting go of the past.
Yes, this is one of the hottest topics on a recent poll that we put out about challenges that you're facing in your healing journey, and letting go of the past was a big one that people want to hear more about. So we're gonna dive into how we've let go in our own individual journeys and what that transformation looks like when you actually do it, and letting go in our journey together as well. So
yeah, I'm just thinking honestly, what came to my mind just now is I used to be the queen of not letting go of shit.
Me too.
And sometimes that can still happen.
Yeah. But now I feel it's so easy.
Depending on what it is.
Depending, yeah. But I feel recently, just off the top of my head, a friend, of a very long time kind of dropped off the radar. I touched base. The friendship is just done. And I wasn't I found myself not in this just oh my God, so anxious and so oh my God, upset and just distraught that I just lost a friend. And it was the sense of relief, okay, I know where I stand. This is just opening me up for more space for more people to come into my life that are more in alignment with where I'm at right now.
Wow.
So it's just just see that progression of how, an older version of me would have been totally upset. It totally would have wrecked, my mind. I would have just been going in circles. What did I do wrong? And it was just no, I actually didn't do anything wrong. We're just not in alignment anymore, and it's okay to let go.
Right.
Right. I will always cherish that friendship and, the memories that go with that. But you don't always have to hold on to these things forever just because there's a history.
Totally. I'm just thinking too about that beautiful process that I witnessed you go through, and how that's a very updated, upgraded version of Jessy. And I'm thinking too of how much detachment that took, not necessarily detached, but what my teacher says. He says live your life with unattached passion.
Right.
So we're passionate about everything. We're totally in it. We're showing up fully, authentically, but we're not attached to anything or anyone. And that's something that's been really interesting for me to navigate, because I used to live my life being attached to literally everything. And I think for a lot of us, not only as women, that we're very attached, I feel to relationships, to how someone looked at me, just interpreting every minuscule detail of an interaction or what I said, what they, because as women a lot of women can be so detail oriented and so hypersensitive to interpersonal relationships, which I think is such a beautiful gift, but also it can be super consuming. So I used to be so hyper fixated on all of that and so attached to it all. So now I'm really starting to consciously unattach, still love the things, obviously, still cherish these things with so much of my passion and love, but how to have some distance there of, okay, that's all right if it doesn't work out. I'm going to put my all into this project, but if it doesn't work out in the way that my ego is wanting it to, the universe has a better plan for me, and that's all right. And that is a difficult dance to do, my friends.
That truly is. But no, it's been really amazing to witness you from the time that I first met you to present day, and how gracefully you have been able to let go of things, whether it's people, whether it's family, friendships, material things, letting go of, you're not over analyzing every single interaction, or holding on to oh, this person said this to me and I don't really know how to take it. And it, you're just whatever,
Yeah, most days.
Most days. Like most days. And that's like a really beautiful like vibration to live in.
Oh, it's so freeing because on the other side of letting go is so much more like freedom, fulfillment, a new vibration, probably a higher frequency. Like anytime that you're going through like a shedding, like a transformation in your life, I'm thinking about like a snake like shedding its skin. Like on the other side of that, yes, it's the unknown, and that inherently scares every human. Like that's fucking terrifying. But literally on the other side of that is something 10x better every time.
Well, just, coming to think of it, you know, like in our last episode, we were talking about toxic relationship cycles. And, you know, like a huge piece of that was like letting that go and letting that old version of me go that didn't think that I was worthy. And really, like a huge piece of getting so good at letting go is really being so like attuned to yourself. And loving yourself and choosing yourself, you know, like I just, there's so much power in that, you know. I just see like the direct correlation between like an older version of me that really struggled to let go and would be totally like, you know, disheveled if something or someone walked out of my life to like now. And a huge piece of that was just like loving myself and being attuned to myself and my needs and like putting myself first.
Yeah. No, I think that that's like at the crux of all of this too, you know. And it's not even just like relationships that we're talking about letting go of. It could be like thought patterns, you know. Like I'm just thinking about when I was severely addicted to alcohol, and I'm not just talking, and not to like diminish this, but like not just psychological addiction, but a physical addiction, you know, like when I would wake up the next day and I'd have the shakes, you know, and like such bad, like debilitating anxiety. Like I literally thought at one point in my addiction for a long time, I cannot live without alcohol. And that was a belief system that I chose to break free from and let go of. And I'm so glad that I did, because look at what's on the other side of that.
Right.
Of course, it didn't happen overnight, but damn, it paid off.
Well, I'm just, you know, thinking of a personal story for me, and it's very parallel to yours as well, but letting go of the old toxic relationships that we were both in, you know, were very like parallel to each other.
Yeah.
And us, you know, finally getting to that breaking point and walking away and choosing ourselves. And then like really putting in that time and effort, you know, and that energy, like recycling it back into ourselves and not like just giving it so freely away to people who are undeserving and not like replenishing us. And that naturally attracted like you into my life. And like that has been, you know, this has been, obviously we're married, but like the greatest relationship and, you know, of my life.
Same. I mean, I think back to like when I was kind of in that questioning phase, because you know, you go through different phases. It's not, I mean, maybe for some people it's like, okay, I wake up and I'm leaving and I'm done and that's it. But like you can kind of like teeter back and forth, like, but you know, like you gotta leave, but then yeah, you know, but then there's like another part that's like, well, maybe, or one last time, you know. So like I think back to that time, and if I could have like had just like a little glimpse into my future, and not only like you coming into my life, that's been the biggest blessing, but also like all the self-love and like upgrades I was going to have like as an individual person. Yeah. That might have been like a lot
easier to drop everything. Yeah. Like you said, it was like this, you know, for me too. Like it was just this teetering of, it's like, and we're off and we're back on and we're going to try one more time and okay, we're off again. And like one more for shits and gigs. And like, okay, actually, I'm like actually gone this time. Like, cannot reach me, cannot pass go, cannot collect $200, cannot like, blocked, deleted.
Well, and you know, I think that we're describing like exactly what the letting go process is. Sometimes it can just be like, okay, I'm done. It's over. Goodbye. Clear, clean cut off. But a lot of the times it's like this dance of, okay, I'm done, and then no, I'm halfway done, and then no, I'm not really done. You know, like that's okay.
It's totally okay.
It's just like loosening the grip over time. And we don't ever like really fully let go. Like I used to have, because you know that I can be a very literal person.
So literal, guys.
It's like painful sometimes.
It is painful. She doesn't pick up what I'm putting down.
But I used to have a really difficult time conceptualizing letting go, because I'm like, wait, like letting go, like I'm never going to forget this. Like this is always going to be with me. Like that's not what letting go means to me, at least. Letting go to me means just like loosening the grip on it. And it's still like a part of my story. It's still like, you know, makes me who I am today. Like I love those versions of me and the past that I went through and every part of the process, but I'm not holding on so tightly, and it's not like consuming my world and my consciousness anymore. Right. That's what letting go is.
I think letting go to me is very much what you just said, but also like in like a weird way now, present day, I almost get excited to like let go, because I'm like, yes, like if I let go of this, I'm making this space for something even more aligned and beautiful to like come into my life.
Wow.
And that is like, yeah, there's an excitement in letting go, even if it's just like a shirt. Sure. You know, if I'm just like letting go of an old pair of shoes and I'm like, oh my God, I love these are my favorite shoes ever. I'm like, I know that like me letting go of that, I'm gonna like just go get some new ones, get some cooler ones, get some ones that I love even more.
I love that.
Just like being open to it and receptive to it, and then allowing it to come, like receiving it.
Right. It's one thing to like let go, and in that you're creating the space, but then the other part of that is
not closing off,
not totally closing off, being open and receptive to whatever energies are coming, because that's just life. That's just life.
And now that we're talking about letting go, you know, like I think that was a part of the reason that I held on so tightly in relationships too, because I think, and this is, I think, really common for a lot of people. It's like, well, if I let go of this, like, you know, we have this like weird thing that enters our mind and we're like, oh, I'm never going to find somebody else that loves me. You know, like I'm never going to find somebody again. If I let go of them, like, then what? And it's like, it's like, no, let them go.
There are billions of people on this earth.
Yes, there are billions of people. There's so many people that are like out there that are gonna love the shit out of you and really like not dim your light and just they're gonna love everything about you.
I love everything about you, even the annoying parts.
I know, I love everything about you, even though you annoy me so bad sometimes.
Yeah.
I feel like that, guys. We get on each other's nerves too. But yeah, you're something I'm letting go. So
I know. Well, you know, when I think about attachment, I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm attached to her and voodoo.
Voodoo's our little baby girl.
Yeah, a little 5-pound cheapoo.
Yeah. Yes. So any other like tips that you have or anything that's like coming to mind for you, like around letting go and like the process for people?
Well, yeah, just to kind of like go off of what you were saying, you know, when you let go, like not letting go with, oh my God, like I don't want to do this, like everything in my body is contracting and, you know, I feel like I'm like forcing it. It's like, no, like let go in your own time, you know, like don't push yourself. Sure. You know, maybe that's a process, but like also like learning to let go with so much love and knowing that we are the conscious creators of our own reality. So when you like get that subconscious rewiring happening, that's like, okay, I'm going to let go and like something better is on the way. You know, it's going to be this or better that's on the way.
Right.
Like watch it happen then. Right. But if you let go with so much like pain and like resistance, and then you're just so fearful and just, you know, totally like convinced yourself that it's going to be terrible on the other side, then it's going to happen.
It probably will be. 99% chance it's going to be terrible. So
Yeah, that's the biggest thing that's coming through.
Yeah. Well, guys, I think that concludes this episode of Letting Go. Actually, just kidding.
Psych.
Letting go. So also like, yeah, this process, something that B taught me was sending love to like past versions of yourself. And I think that kind of like intertwines into the letting go process as well. So like sending love to these past versions of yourself where you can see that you were in a toxic relationship cycle or whatever the case may be, and just like sending that version of you like so much love and compassion and empathy and like, yes.
Yeah, because if it wasn't for her or him or them, then you wouldn't be where you are now. I think it's really easy for us in the now to look back and be like, oh my God, like, why the hell did I do that? And shame ourselves and criticize ourselves. But no, we stop there. We do not tolerate that, because ourselves and our past version, this is a temple, and that is not tolerated in the temple. So you look back and you say thank you, because if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be where I am today. Oh my God.
Right.
So freeing.
Preach.
Well, now we're gonna let go.
Now we're actually gonna let go of this episode and close it on out. So yes, if you guys haven't been to our website, it's brand spanking new. It's beautiful. It's our baby, themasonmovement.com. And yeah, hit us up there. Instagram, like all of our socials are linked. You can subscribe to our email, tons of freebies that we send out. And
yeah, we have actually something new dropping.
Yes.
Not just this pod, the mini series, but there's something else that we're birthing and that will be coming out. And everyone who's subscribed to the email list will get a sneak peek at what that is.
Yes, we are birthing it. Crowning, to be exact, right now.
The baby is crowned.
It is on the horizon, the very, near horizon. So we're super stoked about it. So
awesome.
We'll see you guys in the next episode.